Hello and welcome to Flashback Generations.
Hi.
We are covering our second of 5 Discworld games today. It's Terry Pratchett's The Witches.
What is it?
The Witches is based on The Witches from the Terry Pratchett series of Discworld novels. It's a game for up to 4 players. You're running around the board trying to solve problems, so it's kind of a firefighting game. And it's a mixture of cards and dice.
Solve the problems with dice.
Yeah.
What do you get?
The components here, as you can see, pretty much all out. There's a few more over there.
Bags of
tokens,
cards.
Yeah, card tokens.
Yeah.
Cardboard, cards, and some Pete's favourite dice.
Wooden dice. Yeah.
Wooden dice.
They roll good.
They do. Always roll well.
Let's see if that still works.
So
yeah, that still works.
The witches themselves are all hats. Mm-hmm. The hats are these wood? Yes, they are.
Yeah,
they're light wood. So the components are quite a light fitting, really. They're a nice thick card for the
it's like a pseudo FFG. You know, it's punch card stuff, fold out board. Yes. I mean, the first thing that grabs you with this game is the board.
It's a board.
If you ever read any of the Pratchetts, it's a map of Lanka. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yes, that's a beautiful
and
picture.
It draws your eye because it's like one of the. If you're a Discworld fan, you'll have seen the maps you can buy, you know, of Ankh-Morpork and of the world in general. And this is very much in that style, and it's like a detailed map of Lanka with all the comedy places, Madstoke, you know, the place where the sun does not shine.
Mm-hmm.
Up in the mountains, you've got the village of Badass, you know, all that sort of stuff, and that really draws you. And it's a really nice aspect to it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And each location on the map is represented by a square, which strangely perfectly matches these tokens. And these tokens are local problems, aren't they? That you need to solve as a group of witches.
Yep, we'll talk about that in the rules.
How does it work?
So the basic tenet of the game is you are a gang of witches, you're competing with each other to solve problems in the localities, which are represented by these tokens. Now there's 2 kinds of problems: easy ones, which are kind of green, and there's a starting set of problems out on the map, isn't there?
Yeah.
And there's tough problems, which are purple, so it's all fluff driven.
The purple ones are hidden and the green ones are revealed.
That's it. So green ones are things like, oh, there's a sick pig in this village, or there's a sick sheep, broken leg, somebody's died, you know, and the witches have to sort it all out because there was no, you know, NHS in on the Discworld, no police, no social workers. They do all that. They're basically your grandma, aren't they? They sort everything out for everybody. And then later on, you've got these purple problems, which are much nastier. Now, the basic mechanism is you travel to a problem. How do you move, Si? I've forgotten.
So you've got actions where you can move one square. You've got 2 actions. Move a square and solve something, or you can solve 2 things if you're in the town, or you can move twice. So what you got is you got your cards. So there's 3 different emblems on the card. The cards actually represent quite a lot of things.
They do, yeah.
So firstly, the game order is you reveal a card.
Draw a card,
and it's the top deck. So we got problems here that aren't here, but
yeah, there should be stacks of problems.
Stacks of problems. So the nearest, the leftmost problem will come out and go to wherever it says there. So in this case, it goes to the Lanker Caves. So
so a problem pops up. If there's already a problem there's a mechanism for dealing with that. You have to draw again, don't you, or something?
Draw again, or if it's on a problem, it'll actually get harder.
Yeah.
So you know, that's.
What do we call that? That was a crisis counter.
Yeah.
So if you draw the same place again, it's +2. Makes it more difficult to solve.
Pretty much, yeah. So whatever the result, so that deck there is 12, so that would be a 14 because it's +2. So every card has a list of things it can do. You can play as many of these cards as you want. So this one says borrowing peek at 2 hard problem tiles and they remain face down. So this player would obviously go, oh, I wonder what that is, and I wonder what that is.
Well, most of the point how difficult it is to solve, you know.
But they
like,
wouldn't.
Oh, I'm not going near
They wouldn't
that.
tell the other players because they obviously want to win.
Yeah.
Or so they could bluff it or whatever. The other thing that every card has at the top, they have little emblems. So a broomstick means you can move rather than moving 1 square and doing a problem. You can actually move anywhere and just try and solve that straight away. There's a funny mask man, I guess.
Yeah,
But that,
headology, that stands for.
headology, yes. It's 1 extra to the die roll.
Plus 1 to your problem solving die roll, yeah.
And then there's a magic one as well, which is plus 2 to the die roll.
Yeah.
But there's a problem with that because you get a cackle counter.
Yeah, if you use magic, you start to go crazy, which has effects at the end of the game.
Yeah, not much, but yeah. So the basic way you're going to do this is red guy would move there, roll 2 dice. Okay, I'll roll it again.
You solved it straight up.
I need a 12 because that's the total result there. I'm going to roll 2 dice and I got a 3 and a 2. Now it's up to me how I'm going to resolve the rest of this. I can add in right now, I could retreat, or I can just decide not to add anything. So I'd roll these other 2 dice. I need a 7, so I need to get a 12. That's my total result, which is a 10. I didn't get a 12.
Failed.
That's a fail.
So it's 2 dice, option to run away, play cards and stuff, and then 2 more dice.
Exactly. So it's in between that you actually have the choice to put down your other cards. Some cards let you do, at the end, even after you roll your dice, you get to roll them again, or you can add plus 2 to your result. Luckily, that's exactly what I needed. So there's a lot of options in this game. I can imagine it getting quite competitive the more you go through it, but
especially as people get used to the rules and the mechanisms, there's quite a lot of depth in there. At first glance, it seems quite simple. You're just bumbling around a map, rolling dice to solve problems, but you bring in the competitive aspect, and suddenly there's a lot of tactics. It's a bit random because what you can do is based on what cards you've drawn, and
Yes.
dice rolls. But mid to late game, you can influence the dice rolls a lot.
I know a lot of people are moaning that I don't have a broomstick. I need a broomstick, and if you don't have it, then the puzzles might be far away. But that's the game.
Yeah.
In a nutshell. All right. Well, cheers for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.